Yes, class. In last video we had discussed about type of share capital and type of share. About share capital and type of share we had discussed in our last video. Okay. So now in this video our first topic is kind of share capital. How many type of share capital described in companies memorandum and in company's balance sheet. Okay, how many type of capital represent in companies memorandum of association and company's balance sheet, the kind of capital. So in this regarding kind of share capital, first point is companies authorized or registered or nominal capital. Companies registered capital or nominal capital or registered capital. So what is authorized capital? Authorized capital refer to the amount which is stated in the memorandum of association. Authorized capital refer to the amount which is stated in the memorandum of association, and this is the maximum capital for which a company is authorized to issue share during its lifetime. Mean the maximum capital limit of a company known as authorized capital. The maximum capital limit of a company known as authorized capital. So authorized capital refer to the amount which is stated in memorandum of association of a company, and this is the maximum capital for which a company is authorized to issue share during its lifetime. Okay. Number two. Our next point is issue of issued capital. Okay, the issued capital is the part of authorized capital. Issued capital is the part of authorized capital which is actually offered to the public for subscription. Issued capital is the part of authorized capital which is actually offered to the public for subscription, and the remaining part of authorized capital is known as the unissued capital, which can be issued later on. Okay, a company never issued the total authorized capital in a single time, in a one time. The issue authorized capital issued in market in after a particular time gap. So issued capital mean issued capital is a part of authorized capital which is actually offered to the public for subscription, and the remaining part of authorized capital known as unissued capital, and which can be issued later on. Next capital is your subscribed capital. Okay, the subscribed capital is the part of issued capital. You notice that each capital connected to previous, just like first of authorized capital, after issued capital is a part of authorized capital, subscribed capital is a part of issued capital. So each capital point connected to previous one. Now subscribed capital is the part of issued capital which has been subscribed for by the public. You know, if a particular person want to purchase share of a company, then he subscribed first. He will subscribe to company for purchase share. Okay, so subscribed capital is the part of issued capital which has been subscribed for by the public, like 13,000 share of rupees 100 each are offered to the public. Offered mean issued to the public, and the public applies for 12,000 share only. So company issued 30,000 share, but public subscribed only for 12,000 share. So the 12,000 share multiplied by rupees 10 or whatever, known as the subscribed capital. Okay, so subscribed capital is the part of issued capital for which has been subscribed for by the public. Okay, now next point number 4, called up capital. After subscribed capital, next point is called up capital. Called up capital is a part of subscribed capital. Called up capital means such a part of subscribed capital which has been called by the directors from the shareholder for payment. Yes, the called up capital is company want to call from public. So called up capital means such a part of subscribed capital which has been called by the director from shareholder for payment. Okay, just in our example, Company issued 13,000 share. Public subscribed for 12,000 share, 100 rupees each. But if company want only 60 rupees per share value is 100 rupees, but company called only 60 rupees once. So 12,000 share multiplied by 60 rupees per share, then 7,20,000 is company's called up capital, which is called from public. Now next, paid up capital. Paid up capital is a part of called up capital. The term paid up refers to the portion of called up capital which has been actually received from the shareholder. Paid up capital is actually the amount which is received from the shareholder. Usually the called up capital and the paid up capital are the same, except the some shareholder may not have paid the amount of calls. Usually called up capital and paid up capital both are same, except the some shareholder may not have paid the amount of calls. अगर किसी ने पैसा नहीं दिया है, मांगा गया, कॉल्ड अप कैपिटल किसी ने पेड नहीं की है, तो मे बी कॉल्ड अप और पेड अप में क्या आ सकता है, डिफरेंस आ सकता है. अदरवाइज द कॉल्ड अप कैपिटल एंड पेड अप कैपिटल बोथ आर सेम. इफ कंपनी कॉल्ड ₹60 per share, then it's necessary to be pay 60 rupees per share. But if someone had may not paid, if someone have not paid the amount of call, then the paid up capital and called up capital may be different from each other. Okay, so the paid up capital mean the capital actually received from the shareholder. Usually the called up capital and the paid up capital are same, except the some shareholder may not have paid the amount of call. So in this case they can be different from each other. Last, reserve capital. The reserve capital definition is most important. Reserve capital mean a part of capital which is called from public at the time of dissolution of company or when required. Reserve capital is a part of capital which is called from public at the dissolution of company, on the dissolution of company, or as per requirement of company. So these just like company called only 60 rupees per share and the balance 40 transfer to reserve capital, it may be called at the time of dissolution or in the lifetime of company when company actually required it. So this is known as a reserve capital. Reserve capital mean अभी नहीं मांगेंगे, बाद में मांगेंगे. When company required, then the amount of reserve capital will be called from public. So here we discuss the 6 type of share capital. First is authorized capital. Authorized capital is maximum limit of company's capital. Issued capital is a part of authorized capital which is actually offered to the public for subscription. Next, subscribed capital. Subscribed capital is a part of issued capital which has been subscribed for by the public. Or next is called up capital. Called up capital means such a part of subscribed capital which has been called by the director from shareholder for payment. Next is paid up capital. Paid up capital is a part of called up capital which is actually received from the shareholder. In maximum case, called up capital and paid up capital both are same, but if some shareholder may not have paid the amount of called up capital, then called up capital and paid up capital can be different from each other. And last, reserve capital. Reserve capital is a part of capital which is called from public at the time of dissolution or when requirement as per company. So these are the type of share capital, and these all type of share capital present in balance sheet. We show all these heads in our balance sheet when we will solve our numericals. Okay, now next, issue of share. Yes, issue of share. A company can issue of share by two way. Okay, number one, issue of share other than cash. Issue of share other than cash. Other than cash mean it is not necessary to issue the share only for cash. Mostly companies issue share for cash but it's not necessary to issue share only for cash. A company can issue share for consideration other than cash, like issue to promoters or issue to purchase of assets. Okay, what do you mean by these 2 points? The issue of that mean if a company purchase some assets from market or a particular vendor, so if a company does not have sufficient cash balance for payment for assets, then company can issue share to vendor in consideration of payment. If company does not have sufficient cash balance, then company can issue his share in consideration of assets. Or issue to promoters. Yes, company can issue share to his promoter for their service rendered by them to the company. When the promoters render service to company, then company issue share to them regarding his service. Okay, so first point is issue of share other than cash. It is not necessary to issue the share only for cash. A company can issue share for consideration other than cash, like issue to promoter. Issue to promoter always in totally free of cost. Okay, or issue for purchase of assets. When company purchase assets from some particular vendor and does not have sufficient cash balance for payment, then company can issue share to the vendor for consideration of assets. Now our next point is issued for cash. Yes, when a company issues share only for cash, if you want to purchase share of a particular company, then you pay him in cash and company gives you share. So when a company share issue for cash, it's known as issue of cash, and it can be in two way. Number one, lump sum payment, and number two, installment. Lump sum payment mean if you want to purchase share, you had to pay full amount in a single installment. That is lump sum payment. If you want to purchase share from company, then you pay full amount in a single installment. Okay, and installment method mean if you want if the issue price of share is higher, just like per share value is 1000 rupees. Per share value is 1000 rupees, so it is too much high value for a common person. So company receive this amount from public in installment. Okay, like 215 per installment, 250 per installment. So if you want to purchase a share of rupees 1000, then you pay 4 installment of rupees 250 each. So it's easy method of issue of share in cash. Lump sum payment method is little bit expensive for an ordinary shareholder, because the share price is higher, then you can't purchase because the amount is so higher. One share is 1000 rupees, and if you want to purchase 1000 share, then 1000 share and one share is 1000 rupees, then 10 lakh rupees. You have to pay 10 lakh rupees in a lump sum payment. So it is a big amount. But in case of installment method, company charge these 10 lakh rupees in 4 installment. That is a little bit easier method for purchase share 2,50,000 in each single installment. So a company can use both method. If company want to charge full amount in a single installment, then lump sum payment method. And if company want to take amount in particular time gap, then it's known as a installment payment method. So issue of share is two type: issue of share other than cash, issue to promoters for service rendered by them, and issue for purchase of assets, share issue to vendor for consideration of assets. And issue of share for cash, mean if you want to purchase share, you must have to pay in cash, and these payment can be in two way: lump sum payment method and installment payment method. Okay, now our next topic is issue of share on price basis. Yes, issue of share on price basis. There is two type of issue of share on price basis. Number of issue at par mean Shares are issued at par when they are issued at a price equal to the face value of share. Face value means the price mentioned in the memorandum of association. Face value means the price of share which is mentioned in the memorandum of association. If a company issued the share on face value, that is known as at par. Mean if face value of share is 10 rupees each and issued price is also 10 rupees, then is known as issue at par. Face value equal to issue price, then known as issue at par. So when shares are issued at par means the price is equal to the face value of that share, and face value means the price mentioned in memorandum of association. So 10 rupees share issued in 10 rupees, so equal, so this is known as issued at par. Issued at premium means when a company issues a share at a price which is above its face value, is known as a issue at premium. Just like face value is 10 rupees and issued price is 11 or 12 rupees, then it's known as issue at premium. Premium is 2 rupees. 10 rupees share issued at 12 rupees, then 2 rupees above from face value, it's known as a premium on per share rupees 2. Premium can be 100% of face value. Premium can be minimum premium 25%. Minimum premium is 25% of face value. That means if a 10 rupees share issued in market, so premium is minimum 25%, that means 2.5 rupees. So issue price is 12.5. Okay, but company can charge premium maximum 100%. That means a 10 rupees share can be issued in market at rupees 20. 10 plus 10, 20 rupees. 10 rupees share issued in market at 20 rupees, that means 10 rupees extra charge, and these 10 rupees known as a security premium. So if a company charge above than face value on share, then it's known as issued at premium, and this premium is minimum rate of premium is 25% of face value and can be 100%, maximum 100%. Okay, now next, the premium is a capital profit. Yes, because share denote to capital, then the premium is a capital profit, and it must be shown separately in balance sheet under reserve and surplus head. You know very well, reserve and surplus head in partnership, general reserve, P&L, WCR, IFR, all these reserve and surplus. So the security premium is also mentioned in our balance sheet under reserve and surplus head. Okay, so these are our type of issue on the price basis. Company can issue share on the two price basis. One is at par. At par mean the face value of share and the issue price of share are same. Or in case of premium, when company charge above face value, then it's known as issue at premium. Okay, and premium is a capital profit. It's an important question. The premium is which type of profit, capital or revenue, both or none of these. Then premium is a capital nature profit which must show separately in our balance sheet under reserve and surplus head. Now next, process of issue of share. Process of issue of share is a theoretical topic. Okay, and the provisions under this topic are SEBI, according to SEBI guideline, but the numerical of chapter is not according to the actual guideline of SEBI. All numericals are temporary. Okay, so when we solve numericals, you never match the actual provision of SEBI or the numerical concept, because numerical are temporary for only learning point of view. Okay, and the process of share include all actual provision of SEBI guidelines. SEBI, Security Exchange Board of India, a organization which is work in India for shareholder and companies. Now next, process of share. Process of share. The following steps are to be taken by the public company for issue of share. The following steps are taken by the public company. Yes, this is SEBI guideline and must be followed by the public company. The following steps are to be taken by a public company for the issue of share. Number one is to issue prospectus. To issue prospectus. Prospectus is an invitation to the public to purchase its share. Yes, just like invitation card. Prospectus is an invitation to the public to purchase its share. It describes the profitability and the soundness of business of the company to the attract the investing public. It contains the following information, just like name and address and registered office of the company, name and address of the directors, object of the company, risk involved in the issue, consent from SEBI guideline, authorized and issued capital of company, and the number of share now offered for subscription, term of present issue, date of opening and closing of the issue, and other etc. Okay, so prospectus just like an invitation card which is issued to the public, okay, for purchase of share. It describes the profitability, soundness of the business of company and attract the investors, okay, and it contain name, address of company and members and directors, and the object of company, risk involved in the issue, consent of SEBI, okay, issued capital, authorized capital. All these information are included in prospectus of company. Okay, now next is to receive application. Yes, each prospectus have an application form, and if you are consent with prospectus, then you can fill the application form which is attached to with prospectus. Okay, if you satisfied with all information given in prospectus and you want to purchase share of company, then you can fill the form which is attached in company's prospectus. Okay, after reading the prospectus, the public apply for the share in the company on a prescribed form. Each application must accompany the application money. Yes, each application must accompany the application money which is mentioned in the prospectus, but it should not be less than minimum rate of application money. Okay, minimum rate of application money, it not be less than 25% of issue price of share. Okay, application money should not be less than 25% of issue price of each share. Okay, the amount of share application money must be deposited by the public in a scheduled bank. The name of company scheduled bank is also mentioned in the prospectus. So if you satisfied with the prospectus, you can fill the form for share. Okay, and this known as application form. So application form contain a minimum amount which should not be less than 25% of issue price, and these application money and application form must be deposited by the public in a scheduled bank, and the name of bank is mentioned in the prospectus. Okay, now next, to make allotment. After application deposit, the company allots share to the shareholder. After the last date fixed for received of application money expire, the bank send all application to the company. After the last date of form deposit, the bank send all application to the company, and the director of the company cannot proceed the allot share unless minimum subscription mentioned in the prospectus has been received by the company. Yes, company can make allotment, but it's necessary to get minimum subscription. It's necessary for company to get minimum subscription from the public. Okay, and these are some important points regarding allotment. Okay, now first is, according to the SEBI guideline, minimum subscription at 90% of issue. Yes, it's must for company to receive minimum subscription 90% of issue. Mean, if a company issued 10,000 share, then minimum 9,000 application must for company have to receive from public. If a company issue 10,000 share in public, so it must for company to get minimum 9,000 share from public, application from public. Okay, number next, as per section 39 subsection 3, the company has to get minimum subscription within 30 days from the date of issue of prospectus. Yes, it's necessary that within 30 days of issue of prospectus, you company get 90% of minimum subscription from the public. Okay, if company fail to receive minimum subscription, then the entire application money return within next 15 days. If a company fail to receive minimum subscription 90%, then the entire application money return within the next 15 days to the public. These are the important points regarding allotment, make allotment. So allotment mean after the last date for receipt of application money expire, the bank send all the application form and detail to the company's office, and the director of the company make allotment to the public. But the company cannot proceed a allot share unless minimum subscription mentioned in prospectus has been received by the company, and these minimum subscription is 90% of your total issue. Okay, now next is to make calls from public. Make calls mean the amount paid on application money and the time of allotment money are not called by subsequent installment, and as and when demand are called. The amount paid on application and allotment are not calls but subsequent installment as and when demand are calls. After application money, after allotment money, the balance part of issue price known as call money. Assume face value of a issue price is 10 rupees. Issue price is 10 rupees. Okay, company charge 2 rupees on application, 3 rupees on allotment at the time of allotment. At the time of application, public deposit 2 rupees with form. At the time of allotment, public deposit 3 rupees in the company's account. After these two amount, the balance amount is 5 rupees, and these 5 rupees known as a call amount. These can be call in single installment or in further two installment, first call and second call or final call. Okay, so a company may demand the whole amount of a share on application in one installment, lump sum payment. If the whole amount of share is not paid on application and installment, and then the unpaid amount may be called by the director in one or more installment. Can be called in one installment or in one or more installment, and each installment is named as the first call, second call, etc. Okay, so if the whole amount of share is not paid on application and allotment, then the unpaid amount may be must called by the director in two or more installment, and each installment is named as the first and second call, first call, second call. Call must be made strictly in accordance with the provision of the article of association. Okay, the provision of table F of Company Act 2013 shall apply, and the provision are as follow. Okay, yes, these are the provision of table F regarding calls. Number 1, the calls shall not exceed 25% of quantum of share. Yes, the call money cannot be exceed from 25% of issue price. Mean issue price is 10 rupees, then we can charge maximum 2.5 rupees on each call. 25 rupees, not exceed 25 of quantum of share. Number 2, there must be an interval at least 1 month between two calls. Yes, it must for company that interval between two calls is 1 month. Okay, at least 14 days, at least 14 days notice must be given to the shareholder to pay the amount of called. Yes, you can't call the shareholder one day before. Yes, today tomorrow is last date of call. No, at least 14 days before company must call to shareholder to pay the call money. Okay, and if a shareholder does not pay, if a shareholder does not pay call on due date, then company charge interest, 10% per annum. If a shareholder does not pay call money on due date, then company charge 10% interest per annum. And if someone deposit advance, call money in company's account, then company allowed him 12% interest on advance. Company charged 10% interest on arrear, and company allowed 12% interest on advance if someone deposit advance money or advance call to the company's account. So, okay, so this is our theoretical topic of issue of share. Now in tomorrow's class we will learn about journal entry, generalizing system of issue of share. So you maintain all these notes in your fair notebook. Okay.